coli in our kitchen sinks than in our toilets after we flush them. In a study, it revealed that 75% of dishcloths were contaminated with coliform bacteria. This is bacteria that is found in faeces. But before you panic, don't worry. When it's in the kitchen, this is normally faeces from an animal. So normally raw meat is the main culprit where it's been left behind and it ends up in your kitchen sink and on your dishcloth. It's becoming more and more popular to turn to things like lemon and vinegar to clean our sinks. However, before you do this, I've got some news for you. The Environmental Agency have said they do not advise this option as a proper way to disinfect your kitchen sinks. So, what are we going to turn to? Well, stay tuned, because I'm going to be showing you the best way to get your kitchen sink clean and sterile, the Hayley's Help way. Okay, so this is the lube that we are going to be using in the vlog today to get our sinks clean and sterile, and different areas around the sinks as well. I wanted to show you guys that we're going to be focusing on too, to clean those up as well so we don't miss a thing. First things first, we are going to be putting on our gloves. Yellow, because I'm feeling mellow. Right, the initial thing that we need to do with our sinks is to start by cleaning it. Now, those of you that are regulars on the channel, you will know that I stand by the C before D method. We clean before we disinfect. So for this, I am going to be using the Iron and Velvet multi-purpose cleaner, and I'm just going to spray it over the whole entire area of the kitchen sink. Once we have sprayed down our sinks with our multi-purpose cleaner, this is what is going to cut through any grease or any grime that might be lingering around the sink and give it a good clean. So we are going to press on with our kitchen cloth and we are going to clean the entire sink, and we are also going to go in with our Good Grips brush. You can also use a clean toothbrush if you've got one, and go around the little areas and nooks and crannies that you might not necessarily get with the cloth. Now we have done the cleaning part of the sink, we are going to press on to the cleaning part of the dish rack. It is really, really important that you don't forget about Diana dish rack. These need sterilising and cleaning as well. They harbour loads of bacteria. They can get really greasy and grimy if some of the residue from your plates falls onto them and it hasn't been cleaned off properly. So we're going to do the same process again on the dish rack with our multi-purpose cleaner. We are going to give it a good spray all over. And then we are going to fill the sink up with a bit of water. We are going to wipe this down. You can add a touch of dish soap, but this is absolutely fine to do it this way because I'm going to show you the next step afterwards, so which is the disinfectant stage. Next up, we have got our hand wash. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I speak to quite a few people and they tend to not wash these and disinfect them. It is so important that you do. So this is another area of my sink that I will make sure is cleaned and sanitised. So once again, we are literally just going to spray over it with our multi-purpose cleaner, paying particular attention to the top bit here. This is where the hand contact happens on the pump, so you want to make sure that that is really clean. So we are just going to spray this with our multi-purpose cleaner, and then that is good once we've wiped it down to be put to one side until we move on to our disinfecting stage. Okay, next up, some of you might have these, some of you might not, but if you have got one, these are another thing you want to keep clean. It's a sink tidy. So again, we're going to spray it with our multi-purpose spray and just give it a nice soak. Look, it's loving life. It's been treated to a nice wash. What's not to love? And then we're going to go ahead and wipe over this. Once again with our cloth. You can go in with the good grips as well if you've got one that's got kind of little pieces in it that you find it difficult to get to. But in general, this one's quite easy to clean. And then that can go there as well. So now we have a whole area here where my sink is that has been cleaned. I'm happy they've been cleaned and we're good to press on now to the disinfectant stage. Now this bit is very important, so make sure you stay watching. That's right, we're gonna preach it, leach it, we're gonna bleach it, guys. Okay, so fill your sink up with the bleach solution and your water. And at this point, this is where, like, my whole life just becomes like a Disney fairy tale, and I'm like the princess of bleach, and it makes me really happy. As soon as that goes in, I'm like, at last, my love has come along. So we're going to fill the sink up, and all the stuff that we have just cleaned, including the sink, is going to go into our bleach solution. This is where the disinfecting is going to take place, and the bleach will kill 99.9% of those bacteria that we do not want lingering in our home. I'm telling you guys, I can't say it enough. I've been banging on about this since OC Cleaners days. If you want a clean, sterile home, you need this. Now, what we are going to do is, our stuff is now in the sink soaking. We are going to leave that for about 5 minutes to soak. Our dish drainers will go in afterwards because there's not enough space, but what we can do is we can press on with cleaning the draining board side of the sink. Now, this part is one of the parts that will get very germy and very dirty. So use your cleaning solution, your bleach solution that you've made in your sink, and just put it on your cloth and start wiping over the area on your sink. And you also want to do this on your kitchen handles as well, paying particular attention to the tap. This will be a high traffic area because lots of people will be touching this to turn it on and off. Now we have got rid of all of our sink wares that have been soaking in our bleach solution. We're just going to give one last wipe over of the sink drainer. And we are going to also wipe around the main sink that also has your bleach solution in it. and then we can go ahead and let that out. The final thing I like to do in my kitchen once I have finished the cleaning and the disinfecting process is I like to go in with my lime scale cleaner. So we live in quite a hard water area and I often find it just a complete and utter nuisance on my kitchen sink. So I literally just spray that on, I go over the whole entire sink with my solution. This is all going to get a good rinse in a second, and we're going to end up with a shiny, clean, sterile kitchen sink. The second to last thing that I am going to do before we press on to wiping the sink over to make it really shine is the rubber gloves. So I like to clean these literally just like you would wash your hands. Go in with your hand soap and just wash them like this. It is an absolute dream. It keeps them nice and clean and sterile, and it saves you money as well, because obviously the gloves aren't going to end up really mucky if you're washing them every time. So make sure you do this, and then at the end, if you suffer from rubber glove stink, you can go ahead and put a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda in each glove, give it a shake, and then tip it out before you go to use them the next time. And any bad smells in your gloves will be gone. We've got our little purple, because matchy matchy. And then we're just going to wipe off any excess water on the sink. This will stop any, especially if you live in a hard water area, this will stop the hard water build up on your sink, which is a pain in the neck to get rid of, and it just looks awful as well. And there you go. Take your sink from drab to fab with Hayley's help.